Yo, what's good, basketball heads? It's your boy Crush. So here goes Stephen A. Smith slamming James Harden for calling himself a winner. And I know where Stephen A. Smith is coming from. Not saying James Harden is a loser, no. But if you say you are a winner, winner as in, because that's a broad spectrum. If you're saying you are a winner in life, okay. It depends on what you're saying. But when we say winner on the basketball court, winner pertaining to sports, we are talking about championships, winning a championship. So he's not a loser, no, but when you say winning regarding basketball, you're going to raise eyebrows like winner in what way? Yes, you have gotten to NBA finals. You made the playoff multiple times, deep playoff runs. You did all that, but you have never won at the highest level, on the highest stage. So when you hear James Harden coming out talking about, I'm a winner, that's going to raise a lot of eyebrows. Like, what is he talking about? James Harden, he was unable to get it done in Houston. He got with Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, a super team. He was unable to get it done. He ran to Philly with Joel Embiid. That's another great team. He was unable to get it done. He pouted, complained, cried, said Daryl Morey didn't want to give him what he promised him, which was an extension, whatever. Apparently, Daryl Morey lied to him. He blasted Daryl Morey, went on a rant, complained. He forced his way out of Philly. He ended up in LA on the Clippers with a great roster. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Harden himself, Russell Westbrook, Norman Powell. That's a really deep roster. But unfortunately, they got put out in the first round because Kawhi Leonard, he got hurt. He can't seem to get right. And they went up against the Mavericks and they got put out early, bounced early. And this man is coming out saying he's a winner. Winner of what? If you say you are a winner in life, we would all agree to that. You made the NBA. You made millions. You built your own legacy. You are a Hall of Famer. If we are talking about life, James Harden is a winner. But if we're talking about sports, the NBA, and winning championships, no, you are not. With all the benefits you had, great teammates, great teams, you are still unable to get it done. They couldn't even force a Game 7 versus the Mavericks. And you got yourself, Paul George, Russell Westbrook, Norman Powell. Even though Kawhi wasn't available, you still had a pretty good team. So James Harden took it up on himself to say, I'm a winner. And like I said, that's a broad spectrum. It all depends on winner in what way. Anything beyond sports, and not saying once again he's a loser in the NBA, because he's not. The man is a future Hall of Famer. But if we're talking about winner as in championships, you won a few titles, you won a title, he's unable to get it done. They had a great regular season this year. The Clippers were on fire. Prior to acquiring James Harden, everybody was like, no, it's a bad trade because they kind of got their roster a little bit. They lost a lot of wing players and defensive players. So a lot of us, we were concerned. And in the end, it worked out. They were one of the hottest teams in the NBA. At one point, the Clippers were the hottest team in the NBA, led by James Harden. And everybody's like, man, this might be the year. This might be the year. But late during the season, they hit a bump in the road, lost a lot of games. They regressed a little bit. And they end up going up against the Mavericks with Luka and Kyrie. And that's a tall order when Kawhi Leonard is unavailable. They lost. And now we have James Harden saying he's a winner. He's making a self-assessment saying, I'm a winner. And he's right, but to a certain extent. And that kind of triggered Stephen A. Smith because he didn't hold back his criticism. And that is to be expected when you're talking about James Harden saying, I'm a winner. Stephen A. Smith and other sports media personnel, they're going to speak out. James Harden had an illustrious NBA career. Impressive regular season statistics. He have done a lot as far as an individual. The man have done a lot. He had a great career. Nobody's going to argue that. He got a lot of accolades. Like I said, he's a future Hall of Famer, top 75. So he have done great for himself in that regards. But if you say you are a winner, you're going to get a lot of pushback because it's like winner as in what? What are we talking about exactly? So this is what Stephen A. Smith had to say. I hate this question because I have no choice. Because I'm honest. It might be the most embarrassing quote that James Harden has ever given about himself. My brother, James Harden, is a phenomenal basketball talent. Winner, you don't get to have that. You've been in one NBA Finals. That was 12 years ago. In that series, you were considered somebody that was MIA. No pun intended, because it was against Miami. And you were nowhere to be found. There are several incidents in Houston where you came up significantly small. The closeout game against San Antonio, Game 6, I think it was 2016. There was another time that happened. Not to mention force yourself out of Houston, force your way out of Brooklyn, force your way out of Philadelphia. I will defend him to the max on this. He feels he felt lied to by Daryl Morey, and Daryl Morey has never had to publicly explain that. He owes, or I believe, he owed folks an explanation for that. But in the end, you ain't been to the finals. You don't have a championship on your resume. Not only have you underperformed in some, not all, because he had a good big moments, but he's also had very big bad moments in the postseason. But there are a multitude of occasions where the narrative in the basketball community was that he quit. He can be perceived as a winner. Question mark. So that's what Stephen A. Smith had to say. And let's be honest, James Harden has choked many times in the playoffs. In games where he needs to show up, the moment is too big for him. He shrinks, he disappears. He's been on great teams after Houston, multiple great teams. Brooklyn, Philly, recently the Clippers, and he has nothing to show for it as far as championship. So yes, when you say you are a winner, that's going to rub people the wrong way, especially in the basketball sports media world. You're going to raise a few eyebrows and you're going to annoy a few people. Like James Harden said he's a winner. What? And also, not to mention, prior to Houston, when he was in OKC, that's where it all started. That's the root of the problem. That's where it all started. He's on OKC with Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, Ibaka. They're all young in their primes early on. And in the finals versus Miami, James Harden was nowhere to be found. And he was a sixth man. Majority believe that if James Harden showed up in that series versus LeBron, OKC would have won. OKC would have won. But James Harden went missing. He was ghost. That's when it all started. James Harden shrinking, disappearing. And that continued to happen throughout his career. Playoff time, postseason, big moments. We need to win. He disappears. But now the man is out here self-proclaiming, saying, I'm a winner. And if you want to say you are a winner in life, whatever, cool. But if you're talking about championship and the NBA, you are going to get a lot of pushback. Plus, we can't ignore James Harden tumultuous exit from multiple teams. How many teams have he left? He's unhappy. If he doesn't get his way, he leave. When James Harden went to Brooklyn with Kevin Durant, Kyrie, everybody thought they're going to win a championship. This is the best team in the East. Harden dipped. He went to Philly, another good team with Joel Embiid and others. He dipped. Now he's in LA. Kawhi Leonard got hurt before the playoffs started, and they choked. They got bounced early. At the end of the day, that's his opinion. There's no wrong or rights to opinions. It's all opinions, but let me know what your thoughts are on this situation. Is James Harden a winner? Let me know, man. But as always, I'll holla. As always, we just talking basketball. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share. Holla at your boy.
It's all about the game and how you play it. It's all about the game. I'ma say it. It's all about the game.